What is going on, everyone? Parsnip here, and today I'm gonna go ahead and release my world download as to celebrate hitting 2K subs. So I'm gonna go ahead and also do a world tour, as there have been quite a few updates to this world. So here's a quick view of what it looks like in the map. There's plenty of buildings and things around. So again, starting with my main base, this is where I do pretty much all my crafting, store all my junk, and have all my NPC. Now, since last time that you guys saw this on my other world tour video, nothing has changed here. I still have yet to complete the main house, especially the roofs. So I still gotta get to that. Maybe if you guys want, when you download this world, you guys go ahead and just do that. So let's go ahead and start to the left. Again, this is a build that is not really mine. I just copied a build that I saw on YouTube. If I'm not mistaken, it was by Explo or something like that. I did go ahead and make a small version of the temple house, and there's a speed build video of that, as well as this floating cloud mini city that we have going on here. So here there's quite a bit of details, like a secret entranceway, which could be improved a lot nowadays, especially with the player sensors and whatnot. Following up, we have the Steampunk Tower, which again was just a straight tower, but I ended up making it a little bigger house. That sort of reminds me of a church. So following to the side, we have a build that I recently changed, because if you guys did see this speed build, this original house was just gonna be like a small house for the slime spawner. However, I did end up making it bigger. I put furniture on it, but the file became corrupted, so I lost all the furniture and stuff inside. However, I did go ahead and update it a bit, change some colors, and put some more furniture inside. Next, we have the a watchtower, I guess you could call it. This one is inspired by Polyon, I think that's the name. The credits is on the original speed build. If you guys are interested in looking for more builds like this, make sure to check him out. He has a lot of awesome stuff. Here we have my first original house, which was my first base. I didn't like it much, so I went ahead and made that second one, where I just made enough room for all NPCs. Next up, we have the Party Girl NPC house, which was recently made. Again, for some reason she's not in here, probably died or something. But yeah, if you guys want to watch this, again, most of these are in my channel as a speed build. And I almost forgot, there's a switch here that turns on the rockets, so if you guys want to go ahead and party hard, there you have it. Next, we have another recent build that I did that was not in my original world tour, which is this bunker. So in this bunker, we have a small prison. I gotta stop using the teleporter as I'm almost about to die. But here we have a small prison that leads up to a small crafting area. A little area that opens up once you hit the switch, that just makes it so that you're not just filled with black and darkness all day. That gives it some color. This one was to activate the cannon, however it just turns and shoots in the wrong way. And this one sends us back to the original entrance. So carrying on to the side, we have again another thing that I recently did, but this one, unlike my first treehouse speed build, this one was actually a guide as to how to make this treehouse. If you guys are interested in making a treehouse like this or one completely different, there's a video that shows you how to make, or how to start making your treehouse and how to make it look like this. Up to the side, I think there is one last build, or two builds actually, which should be an abandoned fort in my original treehouse, which was a really popular build back in the day. It was actually one of my first builds that got a lot of comments and ratings, so I was super happy about that build, and that's the only reason I made another video for the tree houses. So here we have one of my older builds, which is an abandoned fort that was just left to decay in the jungle biome. and right over here should be the original treehouse, which now that I compare it to the previous one, this one is a lot smaller. Well, that's pretty much everything that's on this side, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, actually, completely forgot, but at the edge of the map there should be the beach house with the pirate ship. Again, this was one of my more popular builds, like the tree house. Let me just go ahead and get over there. Now here I went ahead and had to like fill up more sand because I wanted the beach house to be just standing pretty much straight. Right next to the beach house we have the pirate ship, and a lot of people were wondering, but this is indeed in the back, like the back side of the ship. That's why you could see the beams on the sail. And the ship is a bit sunken down, but it's a bit late to change it now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this side. I'm gonna go ahead and log out because I don't have a mirror on this character. So let me just go ahead, single player, and it's the expert world. So we spawn off here again, but let's go to the side. Now here we have something that I just used to keep the original corruption in Crimson that's right next door away from my original house, as well as a tree farm and a underground arena. So this arena I never really used. In fact, it lags so much because of the amount of items that's in here. So if you guys have a bad PC or bad connection or whatever it is that causes lag, avoid going down to the arena. Next is something that was never in a speed build, and that is this weird, like some people called it the Illuminati Crimson, because it has this triangle with a circle in the middle. I guess it looks like an eye. Right on top of it we have the Fire Temple, which is one of my favorite builds, even though it is a very old build, one of my first ones on this server. So let me just leave the map open so I don't miss anything. So here we have a little base that I made to go in and out of my original base, the Crimson. However, I put the teleporter here just because it provided a safe zone, I guess you could call it, because this was Crimson in the beginning and it was like my first expert world. So I was like really cautious in the beginning. Right next to it we have my first haunted mansion, which is more of a small house than a haunted mansion. Again, this one has a speed build. Here we have a underground village that I made using the corruption underground tunnels. Now this is going to be a speed build, however I did not put it on my channel yet. I still gotta edit it and finish some stuff up, so I'll just call this one a small preview, I guess. I'm not gonna show everything as I don't want to spoil everything, but it is actually pretty big and a very long build. It took quite a while to finish building this one. Let me go ahead and put my Stardust Dragon so I don't keep getting hit by mobs. So right above it we have more of my Halloween build, which is this weird tree, a semi-automatic pumpkin farm inside a big pumpkin, and a much larger haunted house. So I'm actually very proud of this house, even though it's not filled with furniture. It's one of my first builds to start using the background walls to make like more depth into the house. Right below we have this really odd pixel art that I made while doing the speed build. Again, it was just to commemorate Halloween, because without a doubt it is my favorite season is Halloween. Next up, I think this is my most recent speed build. Actually, not my most recent, but it is my second most recent. My most recent is where my cyborg is having a spasm, and that was his house that I forgot to show you guys, but I'll go ahead and get back to that in a bit. So as you can see, this house is just a alien contraption, doesn't serve no real purpose, and is awfully hard to go around in. I just made it for the heck of it, and it seems like you guys enjoyed it, so I'm really glad. I just used green and randomly made something that I thought an alien would use as a house. So following to the side, it actually takes a bit long to get to my next build. However, this is undoubtedly my favorite build on the entire server, or that I've ever made. It's actually a bit uneven, And if you pay close attention, you'll notice it. If you don't pay much attention to it, you probably won't even tell that it's not even. It's about one block, and I hate going through this part because I never cleared out this thingy. I forgot what it's called. The Lunar Event pillar. Forgot which one this is, the Vortex or whatever it is, and it's still there. So once you guys download, that's still going to be there. So be careful if you're not like with in-game gear and you want to go see my favorite build. So my favorite build that's been taking so long to get to, and I've just been like talking randomly so I don't have to cut or edit the video much. It is the water temple. So a lot of people don't know much about this build because they haven't actually seen it. Surprisingly, my favorite build is one of my least viewed speed builds, and here it is, guys, the water temple. Now this is the part I was talking about. It is actually one block uneven here, but if you don't pay attention to it, you won't notice, and it is just hella cool. At least that's my opinion on it. It floats above the ocean, and it just looks super awesome and unique. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave again because again I do not have the mirror to teleport back, and this is just the fastest way I could think of right now. So let's go ahead and go to the remaining builds that I did not show you guys. So up here we have my original spaceship, which is pretty straightforward, pretty simple, not much in it. Right next to it we have something that was a huge pain to make, and that's why I avoid making pixel art nowadays. It is the Kog'maw speed painting. Now I have a couple of things in the air, so make sure you guys have wings when you're exploring. This was for a video about the new blocks. Up here we have a build that I really enjoyed making and like the end result, which is inspired by like those Asian temples. I forgot the exact name. I know a lot of people spread some hate on me because I always just call it Asian temple, and I know that's not what it's called, guys, but I just never remembered the correct name. However, I did make it a bit unique by doing round roofs and just adding random things here. And lastly, if I'm not mistaken, is the Cyborg Npc House, which was indeed my most recent build. The Cyborg NPC is stuck here, but inside is just a bunch of random stuff with some turrets and Martian furniture. Now there are a couple of builds around here, like in the bottom. Right here is my old fire temple that I hated. If you guys want to hear more about that, just go ahead and watch my old world tour. If not, it'll always be a mystery. So guys, that's pretty much it. If I forgot some things in my world, it's because there's a lot, and I actually just remembered that there is a build that I skipped, which is my first underground vault, which is right at the start. Pretty simple and really easy to miss. Let me just go back. So here we have my first underground bunker, which was the guard room, which would open and close this big iron door here, followed by some rooms. For some reason my shroom NPC, or my mushroom NPC, whatever he is living here because of the little mushroom biome I did. Now originally this was going to be like some small deposits for plants and things like that, water, lava, materials. I just ended up making small like biomes right next to it. Figured that would be fun, and it seems like you guys also enjoyed it. In the bottom we have some armor and weapons room, and right up here we have some living quarters. Now I'm pretty sure we're done, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all again for the 2000k subs. And again, world download will be in the description, and again I will be playing with some people on Steam this weekend to celebrate as well. So if you guys don't have me on Steam, feel free to add me. It's Shoten Tenchu. I'll add a link for my Steam as well. Now guys, if I do not manage to play with you or do not reply, that is because I have a lot of people and not on the PC, or just didn't notice. Again, I can't talk to everyone, and I hope you all understand. So as always guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.